Hello and welcome back to Two Brunettes in Baltimore.
I'm Lauren.
And I'm Tarah.
And welcome back for another episode.
Here we are. We're back again.
Pod number 13.
I bet you guys aren't bored of us yet. We got a lifetime to go, baby.
Shout out to the people that are still listening.
I know, right? And for the newbies. I wonder if there are any newbies.
I know. I was thinking, should we reintroduce ourselves sometimes?
We should.
Because sometimes...
Maybe we can make it part of our intro, who we are.
Well, I'm Lauren. I'm a nurse.
I'm Tarah. I'm an accountant.
And we live in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. And, we just talk about all things girly and navigating your early 20s.
Yeah. That's basically it. Living in a new city.
Yeah. And we
met through our moms.
Yes. Yes, we did.
That's a little bit about us.
It was so funny last episode when you were like, we literally wouldn't be here because of our moms. And I thought you meant literally. But you meant here for the pod.
Yeah.
This
friendship.
Friendship wouldn't exist. But
yeah.
Yeah. Well, how was your week?
My week was pretty good.
We were saying we felt like we hadn't seen each other in so long.
But it's literally been 1 week.
It's been 1 week, but it feels so long for some reason.
Know. So I had kickball and we won. And then we won Flip Cup. We're number 1 on the leaderboard right now.
Oh my god.
And then it was definitely a second half win. Mm-hmm. Anyway, then we had the end of busy season happy hour at Top Golf.
So fun. She won.
I won, guys.
I can't believe you won.
I don't know how.
Against real golfers too.
Right? I'm like, hello, sign me up. Maybe I have a new profession. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it was fun. And then we went out afterwards with everybody. It was a great night. We made some good memories, to say the least. That's about as far as I can go there. And then I went home early Friday morning.
Oh, yeah.
And my older brother was there. I actually called when I walked in the house, walked in my apartment Friday night, early Saturday morning. My younger brother Snapchatted me and I was like, why is he in his car at 2 a.m.? So I call him and I'm like, dude, what the heck? Where are you? Because I saw on his location earlier that day he was at his girlfriend's and I was like, what are you doing? Are you okay? He's like, and he shows me he's at the airport. I'm like, he hasn't gotten in yet. The flight must have been delayed at least 2.5 hours.
Oh my god.
So then I'm there pretty drunk. And I go, as soon as Robbie gets into the car, I'm like, Robbie, how do I not be hungover tomorrow morning so I can drive home early? He's like, drink 2 full bottles of water right now and you'll be good. I was like, okay. And I did. And I literally woke up fine.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Did you mix?
Yeah. A whole lot. Yep. And I was fine.
Good.
It's a trick. It's been his trick since college.
Oh my
and
gosh.
he never misses.
Yeah, because I definitely don't drink enough water in general, but especially when I'm drinking.
It's before you go to bed, every time I've done this trick, and I knew he was going to say that, but I needed him to say it for me to drink the water.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, when you're drinking and you just don't even want to drink water.
Yeah. That just is unappealing. Yeah.
But I did it and I felt so great.
I'm glad, because that is the worst feeling.
And then so then I saw my brothers and my parents at home. We had such a good weekend. That was definitely my high, was Mother's Day.
Yeah.
We made brunch. My mom kind of directed it all.
It looked so
It was so
cute. Good. I showed my mom your story and everything too, and she was like, oh my god, it's so cool. The croissants and everything with the brie, and she was like, and then we heard about it on the pod.
Yeah, exactly. So we ended up making brie turkey with homemade honey mustard and arugula croissant sandwiches.
We
cut up watermelon. We made my dad made this green goddess dressing / dip sort of thing.
Oh my god.
And we cut up like vegetables and everything. So it was really good. It was such a hit. And then we had like water with lemon and mint in it. So it was super fun.
Nice and refreshing.
Yeah. And then we had cake from like the local bakery. So
that sounds
it was
so
nice to just be with everybody and celebrate my mom.
Did you go to the park like you were going to?
We didn't go to the original park we said, but we did go to another one close by. Cool. And it was empty.
Okay,
which was so much better.
Yeah.
The other one has baseball and soccer going on and like kids on the playground. So it ended up like she was so happy, and we were also happy to be together. Like, kind of felt like the first time life was a little bit back to normal.
That's good.
So it was nice to kind of like be able to celebrate her.
Yeah. And all of you were there, which is so nice.
Yeah.
All your pictures were so cute of like the whole family. Oh my God.
Like, you could tell just there were so many smiles and so much laughter. Like, it was such a good day.
It was beautiful outside too.
It was.
The weather.
The weather, guys. It's the weather. But yeah, no, it was so nice.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. What else did you do? Anything? And you were working.
Then I worked, and then I came back.
Did you have a low or anything?
Probably just the traffic on the way back. I don't know if you hit it as well, but like the lanes were really closed.
When did I hit it? I hit it on the way to Jersey.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Like, I hit it like 4 times, and it took me like over 3 hours.
Same.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Like, why was it that bad?
I don't know.
It's never that bad.
I know. I think it's because a lot of like the lanes were closed.
Yeah.
On the bridge too. There were only like 2 lanes open. That's a terrible thing. I hate when that happens. And then there's been a decent amount of construction.
Yeah. Like, and I feel like when I was driving too, it kept saying there was like accidents. Like, there were a couple accidents. Yeah,
same
too.
for me. Yeah,
but yeah, it was hectic. But on the way back here, it wasn't as bad.
Yeah,
like, I really only hit it like a couple times, and it wasn't very long.
Yeah.
On the way home, it was bad.
Yeah. Oh, rough. Anyway, how was your week? Tell me about Mother's Day.
It was so fun. Oh my God. So what did I even do? I worked after we recorded, and then I went. What did I do? Yeah, and then I ended up going home Saturday still, because I was completing that challenge for Pilates.
She did it, guys. She did
studio, it. Yeah, it was like 20 classes in 30 days or 4 weeks or whatever. And I had like a few left, and I was like, because like it's hard with like working the long shifts, because some days you can't like make it there for a class. And so I had to start doing like 2 classes a day, and then I was like, I'm going to finish it. Like, I will. So I ended up leaving here like Saturday instead. Mm-hmm. And
you left after me.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
I know. Like, and then I had to come back the next day, which like, but it was so worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I left. So after, in between my 2 classes on Saturday, I like went and I got coffee at Patango's, and I like sat outside. It was so nice. And then I was gonna like go back to my car, but then I started walking like towards like, you know, like Pendry and like all that way, and I forgot about the farmers market. So I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize this was up right now. Like, I know it's on Saturdays, but I just was forgetting. So like I walked around, and then did I tell you I went there?
No.
Yeah, so then I went to like all these stands. I got my mom and my grandma some gifts for Mother's Day there, because I was like gonna bring them flowers and things, and I had a couple of things, but I was like, you know, I was like so into it, because I saw this stuff, and I went to this one stand, and it was like this older woman, like she's like a grandmother, and she makes all this handmade like lotions, creams, like soaps.
Oh my gosh.
For like everything you can imagine. It's like, this soap is for a foot scrub, and it's in the shape of a little foot.
Oh, that's so
cute. Or like
it
was just crazy. Like, she had so much. She hand makes all of it from scratch, and I'm like, what? Like, it was so cool. I was talking to her, and I was like they were so nice. Her daughter was there, and then her like grandchildren were there.
Yeah.
And they were really sweet. So I ended up buying like a cream for my grandmother there, because it was just like it was like the perfect, like it was technically like an aloe cream, but it just felt so nice. Yeah. I tried it on my like hand, and it was so soft. So I was like, I have to get this. Yeah. And then I saw, like, I wanted to smell all their soaps. They were like making me smell all of them, and there was literally like 15. I felt so bad. I was like, and I ended up getting my mom a soap, and it had a little design on it. Aww. Like, she like carves these designs into them.
Wow, that's so cool.
And it was like for, what was it for? Oh, like it was for like a clean shave. Like, it was for shaving specifically. Nice. And it smelled really good. Yeah. It had like a kind of masculine scent to it, but I we like those scents.
Like those a
lot. So yeah, it was nice. And then what else? Oh, I got my mom some earrings from another girl, and she hand makes all these earrings.
Oh my gosh.
Really pretty, like emerald green kind of color. They were like hoops, but then they like had like a dangly kind of like teardrop shape coming from the hoop. And then I bought some earrings too. And then it was just like, there was so much. I couldn't get over it. I was just like looking at everything. And then, I drove like that afternoon. Hit so much traffic.
I know,
But then, and it was so nice. Like that night, we all like went on the deck and we like,
that's so nice.
We ordered pizza that night. It was like Saturday, and we just like had wine and pizza, and we like all hung out on the deck with like the heaters on, and we had a fire and everything.
Oh, that sounds like the perfect night.
It was. Honestly. Oh, and I gave my dad his birthday gift.
Oh, good. How did he like it?
The tea and the lemon sugar. He loved it.
Wait, did he hear on the pod that he was getting it?
No, because I gave it to him the day before the pod episode.
Okay.
So it was actually fine.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You're so thoughtful." Like he thought it was a really like nice gift because
so sweet.
He always drinks tea like all the time. And then he tried it that night and it was good.
Yeah. Aww.
But yeah, and then Mother's Day was really nice. We started the day, my dad and I made my mom and my grandma pancakes and like bacon, like whole breakfast. And then we all like ate breakfast together. And then what else? We went to lunch. So we went to, have you been to Cappadocia?
No.
It's this really good like Greek place.
Ooh.
I feel like we're always getting Greek stuff, but it's so good. I actually had never been there before. Okay. But my mom and everybody else has, and Evan made reservations for there. So Evan and Kayla met all of us. We had a really nice lunch.
That's nice.
And then I had to leave shortly after that. I left like in the afternoon on Sunday, but it was really nice to like
so nice.
Spend time. But yeah, my high was definitely Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Seeing everybody, seeing Kayla and like her belly, and I felt the baby kick for the first time.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, because she was like, we were sitting there and she just like felt her moving, and we were like, and we felt it for the first time, like my mom and I.
Yeah,
we were so excited.
That's so exciting.
And then
that's so fun.
I did have a low this week though, sadly. So when I was home, my mom was telling me, so Willow, our dog, she's like 14 already, and she's
old.
Yeah, she's up there.
Yeah.
And she's small, like some small dogs live longer, but that's like pretty old. And like about because she has already like congestive heart failure.
That's
and,
what
like,
Oakley had.
Really?
Yeah.
And like seizures she has gotten like in the past couple of years, but those decreased a little bit. But like about a month ago, my dad was walking her and she saw a squirrel and she went to like sprint after the squirrel because she got excited and she like collapsed. Like she was like out and she was yelping. My dad was like trying to wake her up. This was like a month, maybe a month ago. I might be wrong on that. But and then my mom took her to the vet, like I think it was like right after her visit here. Like after my mom got back from Baltimore, it was like that day I think she took Willow to the vet, and they did like a chest x-ray and saw that now she has this like new heart arrhythmia that she didn't have before.
My gosh.
And her heart gets really fast and then it gets really slow and back and forth, and they were saying that the next time like she gets too excited, like how she did with the squirrel, that could be it. Like that could take her out.
Oh, that is so sad.
And I was so unwell when my mom told me. I didn't expect, like, I mean, it's like, I just was like bawling. Yeah. And my mom was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I shouldn't have told you." I'm like, "I'd rather know." Like,
yeah. And then it's not like a surprise.
But yeah, it's like,
that's really sad.
I know. And then my mom told Evan when we were at lunch, and we all were like, literally, like, Evan started tearing up, and then my mom and dad started tearing up because of Evan, and then I started crying again, and it was like a mess.
No, that is so sad.
It's just sad because like we had her since I was 9.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
like, that's your puppy.
That's my whole life. It feels like I don't remember that much from when I was like super young, and like that's my that's my puppy. Like, we still call her a puppy even though she's not.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it was just And like obviously I know that day is coming, but it's terrible to think about.
It's really sad. So that's what they were saying when Oakley had his heart failure. I think it had to have been that congestive heart failure. Yeah. And like they were saying the same thing, that like he can't get worked up, like he can't get too excited, he can't be stressed, nothing. So like one of the things they said was he wasn't allowed to go back to the groomer. I was like, oh.
See, we were worried about that too, because my mom said she brought Willow to the groomer shortly after the vet visit, but she was fine. But that's like stressful too. Like, and like it's really sad. It's sad, and like saying goodbye on Mother's Day was like terrible, because it felt like, well, now every time I go back to Baltimore, it's like, who knows, like that might be the last time.
I know.
And so sad. It was just, it's sad. Like I know it's coming, but like I knew it was coming someday. But now to hear that,
it's sad.
Yeah, and like it could be like the vet was like, it could be next couple months. It could be years still. Like you never know. But so now
it could
like
be tomorrow. Like that's the saddest thing to think about.
And like so we can't get her too excited now, which is like sad too. Like we have to like calm her down when we walk in the house, and like my dad's very careful when he like walks, because he's usually the one that walks her. Like he just has always been. And so now he has to be like super careful with like squirrels and things. But the vet put it in a good way because she was like, if her being excited and seeing like a squirrel and being happy is what takes her, like, then like at least she goes like happy, and it's not like a slow, like painful sort of situation.
I'm gonna cry.
I know.
No.
I don't.
It's so sad.
You can't start, because I will. Like I literally will.
No, it's literally like it's so upsetting when your dog dies.
I said to my mom, I said, I can't take this right now. Like I literally can't.
No.
Like, and that's when I started crying. So, and then I couldn't even look at Willow when I was saying bye. Like,
what?
I was trying to, like I was, but like I was like, I can't even look at her without crying. Like,
oh no.
So yeah,
it's okay.
Like it's now okay. It's insane. And like,
you just have to know, like, it's gonna happen. Like literally life comes to an end.
It's just, I
it's
wish
one
it
of those
didn't.
things. I know.
For dogs.
Yeah.
Grace and I were saying dogs deserve to live forever.
They do.
No, and I like witnessed, I've never had like a pet before. Like I had like a fish once, but I've never had like a dog before this. But like in 2021, I was in Delaware. Like it was summer though, so I wasn't at UD, but I was visiting Grace's house in Delaware, like her family's house, and they had to put her dog down when I was there. So I witnessed like the whole thing. Like I was with her family through that whole couple days, like, and it was terrible even from like an outsider's, like not even in the family perspective. Like, and I had known Chloe, like her old dog, like all 4 years, or it was like 2021, so like 3 years or whatever. But it's just like seeing that, like I already know how hard that was, like for them, and I'm like,
it's gonna be so sad.
I can't do it.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, let's just not talk about it anymore.
I'll tell you that, but it doesn't really get easy. Like you'll think about that dog for so long. I always look back at pictures of Oakley and I just want to pet him. Yeah. That's it. I just want to pet him.
I know, that's what I feel like I'm going to feel like I just want, and then I'm going to be going to New Jersey to visit them, and I want, and
she's not there.
Yeah. And
that's
also
what I hate.
Not living there, I'm sad because I don't get to spend this time with her. But also my mom was like, maybe it's for the best that you're not here when it happens, because it like, the vet was like, you could find her in the house, and like I just don't want to, like I honestly don't want to be there. Like I'd rather not.
It's so sad. Like when Oakley passed away, I was on the way home, and he passed away right before I walked in the house. No. So he was just like in the carpet, like on the rug. Matt called us. We're around the corner. He was like, I just found Oakley laying down. I was
that's terrible.
It was so sad. But like
it's okay, but like it's also
it's
like
so sad.
Like she's had a really nice life so far, and like she still might have some time. We'll see. Yeah. But yeah, that was the low.
That's so sad.
It was just coming to like, reality was hitting with the whole thing.
Yeah.
When they said that, I was like, what?
Yeah, because she's old, but
it's like you don't think about it that much. Like I wasn't yet, but
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways.
I don't want to talk about that anymore.
We can't.
It's so sad.
Let's go on to something else.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get into our topic?
Yeah.
Okay. So we were thinking of talking about post-grad.
Post-grad life. Post-grad feels.
Yeah. The feels,
Honestly,
the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it.
It is graduation season, so congrats to the grads.
Yes, congrats.
So let's get into like timeline of things. So I graduated. Her and I are in the same grade. I graduated a year early from undergrad so that I could do my master's degree the 4th year because I'm not a schoolgirl. I'm not an academic person. Yeah, I don't like studying.
If you can do it in 3 years and then your master's, like, you might as well.
So I technically like graduated undergrad in 2021 and you graduated undergrad in 2022.
Yes.
So I have like a full year under my belt. Oh no, oh my God, 2 years.
Yeah, so now it's like I'm a year post college and like you're 2 years.
Yes.
So you have that perspective.
Oh my God, it's 2 years.
Well, I'm already like, how the hell has it been a year?
Yeah.
Like there's no way.
I don't think to me it feels like a full 2 years because I was doing the master's and it's
true.
The master's was different because like I wasn't with my friends 24/7. I had my internship. I was working. I was going back and forth to New Jersey every week, but yeah, I definitely like those post-grad feels and everything.
They're real.
They're real. And I saw a TikTok the other day. I sent it to you. And it was this guy saying like, he was just like, what is this feeling of not necessarily like feeling like there's like value to life almost?
Yes.
Because you used to be around all of your friends. You used to have like a set schedule. And now it's like work, then what?
And it was like there was direction. Like, and when you sent that, when you sent that to me, I literally was like, this is exactly how I feel.
And that's how I felt a year ago.
Yeah. And like, it's just like, what now almost?
Right.
Like,
exactly.
Because, yeah, when you're in college and like before that, it's just like, you're in high school and okay, I'm going to go to college and then I'm in college, but I'm home for summer break and then I'm going back to school. And there's always like a set direction that you're going and like path that you're going on. And like, yeah, like there just so many things go into postgrad. Like it's so exciting and it's really amazing, but at the same time, it's really hard.
It is.
And like everybody struggle with differently. Yeah. Like,
I don't know, especially for us, like I'm now in Baltimore, but most of my friends are in New York.
Yeah. And like
or somewhere else.
Right.
And so it went back to being like such a small group of people that I could like, you know, get in contact with or like go hang out with. Those people are awesome, but it's just like maybe I'm doing more things on my own. And so last year I had to accept it's okay. Like take yourself out to dinner, do the things on your own. Like don't stop life.
Right.
Because you don't have your best friends right next to you to come with you.
Yeah.
And I'm such a people person. Like I need the company. So I found myself like FaceTiming my friends literally 24/7.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's definitely a weird feeling.
And I feel like too, like, I don't know, like I'm still like I still feel like it's fresh even though it's been a year now. But just I think a big part of like the post grad life is like realizing like you might not have like a friend group like right away,
like a huge one.
Right. Like, and obviously like quality over quantity. Like I'd rather have like the few close friends I have here and that's it. Like if they're gonna be better friends and having like a group of people that I'm not even like close with. But I feel like going from college where it was like I had my roommates and like my nursing friends and my sorority friends and my dance friends, like it was just like there were groups and like
you can bounce around.
And there was always something going on. I think like now I notice that you have to make more of an effort.
Like you have to seek the seek the events. Like,
and like I also have noticed just like I do more things on my own, which like it's like I feel like it's good. It gets you to like be more independent and like it allows for like all of that, but at the same time it's like wow, like such a change. And also with working like as an adult, it's like you have to find that balance. Like I'm still getting used to just like the fact that I'm like just working.
Yeah.
And then we obviously have this, which is like amazing. Like this helps so much.
It breaks it up so much. But it's also just like, do you ever, oh shit, you're a nurse. But for me, I feel like with the whole, I'm like 8:30 to 5:30 and then out of nowhere it's 9 p.m. I'm like, what happened to those 4 hours?
Yeah.
Like at work, I'm like, 4 hours can't go by any slower.
And then it's all of a sudden
I get home and I'm like, oh, well, it's dark out.
And do you feel like your weekends fly by?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like no weekend feels long.
And I also feel that like with being a nurse, like sometimes, like you have weekends off, but when I'm working weekends and I have these random days off during the week, that's when I find it difficult.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, this is kind of nice. Like I can go to the grocery store. Like it's not crowded. Like I can do whatever I want and it's a Tuesday. But then I get in that mindset where I'm like, well, all my friends, like even though Grace is a nurse, we have very opposite schedules. She's probably at work when I'm not. And then you have a regular job.
Exactly.
So you're working and it's like, damn, like life is just like weird.
It
like,
is.
And that's okay. Like I feel like this is a really good topic for people to hear.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I like would have benefited from like a podcast episode like this like a few months ago when like things were like weird and you're just like trying to navigate life after college and like life as an adult.
We kind of touched on this when we were talking last week together, but like feeling like it's hard to do like mundane tasks. Like I remember going through that period of time and I don't know if I can necessarily say it's because of post-grad, but I think because I realized like you were feeling it and some of my other friends were feeling it as well. It's like, okay, maybe it is. Yeah. Maybe it is the fact that we're not so busy that like we just have to get our stuff done.
Right.
So like I would struggle with, I don't know, like emptying the dishwasher, like folding my clothes, like going to the store, picking something up that I know I needed, or like making a return. Like that was one of the things you said.
Yeah.
And I think that I like just push it off, and I was working at a restaurant at the time, so I'd wait till 4 until I had to go and end up being like a few minutes late because like I had all day to do stuff, and then I was just like, oh, I don't have to go until this time, and then that time would come and I'd be like, shoot, I have to get up and get ready.
Right. Like, and it's like you said, when you're so busy and you have things in your schedule, you are forced to stay on top of it and get your stuff done. But now it's like on my days off, I'm like, I can push this thing off. And then like it's like weeks and I like couldn't return it anymore. Like it's just like things that I'm
and
like,
it's so frustrating because you do it to yourself.
And it's just, I don't know, I just find myself like thinking more. I feel like there's just more time.
It's kind of
sitting
sad.
with yourself.
It's hard for people who are typically around others.
Yes.
If you are a total like homebody, can be alone, you don't need social interaction at all, like this is great for you. Yeah,
like post-grad's great for you. Like if college was like too much. No, but it's just I feel like I'm all over the place because there's so many things that I feel like I want to say with this topic. Like it's just, I don't know, like it gets better, and like some people have different experiences. Like some people might just live like with their family after college. That might help, like because you're used to that, but also might make things weird. Like and I find myself now, like I was away from home like in college, but it's almost like not harder now, but I find myself just like appreciating the times when I'm home more because like and it's not that I'm like sad. Like I love being like having my independence. Like I wouldn't want to live back at home like right now, but I just feel like it's almost like more sad when I leave, and not, I mean, obviously this Willow thing now, but like not before that too. Like it just feels different.
It does.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's also one of those things that like we're growing up. Yeah. Like we're just getting older. And I think for us, at least I feel sometimes I'm like, oh, but I'm still young. Like I still sometimes feel like I could be in high school. I always think in my head, I swear I think I'm like 16, 17 all the time. All the time. And I'm like, I'm 22.
I know.
And I'm like, where did this time go? And so sometimes I think about it and I'm like, oh my gosh, like you think you're 17 in your head and you're just not. And I'm stuck at 17.
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, grow up. Like,
yeah,
you know, get out of this phase of thinking, because I don't act like I'm 17.
No, we don't act like it, but I know exactly what you mean.
You're stuck in your head of like when you go home to your parents.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just a baby.
Right.
You know? Like, I don't know how to explain it.
And I feel like that plays a whole role in like the whole imposter syndrome when you start working, because I went through this hardcore. Like I feel like am I equipped to like literally be taking care of people and like people's lives, and I have like, but I'm like, you are like, I passed my, like I have my nursing license. It's just like, you think about, oh my gosh, like I'm so young. And the other day, one of the nurses on the unit was like, I'm finally not the youngest nurse on the unit. Like, is it you or blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, it's me. Like, because all the other new grads are like at least 23 and I'm still 22.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how am I?
You are the youngest.
An adult.
That's like me at work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, even people who started after me are still older than me.
It's weird. I was talking about all of this with Evan, my brother, and Kayla on Easter, because I was home and they were asking me about life in Baltimore and whatever. And I was telling them how it's just, I've been having these weird post-grad feelings and it feels like there's no direction. And in college, it was like, you know, there was set schedule and it's just like, well, what am I doing now? Right. And both of them made me feel a lot better about it. Like Evan was like, because Evan has always said, because he's like 6 years older, and he's always said, like when I was in high school and he was in college, he was like, college is amazing, like blah, blah, blah. And then when he graduated college and I was like going into college, he was like take this time in, because like cherish this time, because like he always would joke that it always goes downhill after college, like, and it doesn't, obviously it doesn't, but he was saying like it's different, it's
not the same.
And he was saying everybody goes through it, like both of them did. He was like, this is normal, and it just gets better with time, and like it really does. Like I've noticed it already, and like I obviously love it here. Like I love how like life is right now. It's just It's different.
It's just so different. And I think that's the biggest thing, is like kind of like beating this like funk
and accepting
realizing that it's different and you're okay with it, and you just have to like choose how you do things differently.
Right.
So like if you need to like, if you're used to the plans, you just need to go make the plans.
Yes.
And that was one of the biggest things, is like finding those friends who are just going to get up and go with you wherever, whenever.
Exactly. And
or like do anything, like the podcast. Like
it helps, just like me, like just getting out and doing things really helps a lot, because it feels like, and like making plans, like you were saying. And I think a whole other part of this that's hard for people is the fact that like you have to keep like make an effort to keep in touch with all those friends that were so close to you physically, like distance wise in college. And that was one of my goals for 2023 was to like be more consistent with like keeping up with my friends. And I really try, but I mean, even my friends, like I'll be like, I feel like I'm so bad at like reaching out. But then they say the same thing. Like Erin and I were like FaceTiming the other day, and she was like, I need to be better. And I was like, well, I need to be better. And like I feel like it's just like, it's so hard.
You get like caught up in and like, especially you guys as nurses, like your schedules are all so different.
And like, right. And like so many of my friends from college are nurses. It's just how it is. And like a couple of them, like I was just thinking, like I haven't seen one of my like closest friends from college, Emily, since my grad party.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And she was supposed to come, I think she couldn't come for some reason for my birthday, and then she was going to come another weekend. And it didn't end up working out. And it's like, oh, and then we were going to go to Nashville together. But like our schedules never line up. Like that ever.
Sucks. I hate when that happens.
But she's in Greece right now. She's like living her best life. But I was like,
good for you, Emily.
I know. I was like looking at all her pictures today. I was like, damn. But no, I'm like I just need to like call my friends more. I feel like calling helps. Like texting,
I'm not a good texter.
Yeah, me either. And then like people, like other people, it just takes a while for people to respond sometimes. And I feel like if you call someone, like they'll hopefully pick up, and then
and then you can just have a conversation.
Easier.
But it's just like a whole different phase of life, and like getting used to not being with those people, and then figuring out times when to see them. Like my best friend from college, she's coming to visit this weekend, but it took forever. I mean, it did take forever for us to make the plan. Like once we sat down and we're like, okay, when can you actually come?
Yeah.
And so we figured it out, and that was exciting. Yeah. So like, otherwise, I don't think I would have seen her until like July. Yeah. Like my birthday time.
And it's crazy because you go so long without seeing people that you used to see every day.
I know.
And I don't know, but I think that like a positive way I've heard to look at all of this is that you just have to look at it as exciting, that there's no direction, and that
you get to pick what you want to do.
You get to pick what's going on in your life and what the next step is. Yeah. Like, and so then when I get in that funk, I just try and remind myself, like, this is a privilege. Yeah. Like, and I have a good job. I have a good apartment. Like, I live with Grace, and we're doing the podcast, and like life is good. It's
like we have really great steady things. It's just not our whole life is like the same. Like, structured, I guess.
And I saw another TikTok of this girl. This was like a couple months, or maybe like a month ago, and she also was like post grad, and she was like, why is it that I live in a fun city, have a good apartment, like good friends, a good job, like whatever, I can afford my apartment and whatever, but like I find myself in this funk, and I'm like, it's a universal thing.
It is.
And I didn't know about how it was a universal thing.
When I was going through it, I thought I was all alone, and like I really thought there was something wrong with me, because that is not me at all. And I would tell my mom, Mom, I can't even eat food. Yeah. Like I couldn't even eat. And she's like, what the heck is wrong with you? You love food. And I was like, I don't know. She's just like, I don't know, just try and get out of it. And like her whole mindset is like kind of just like pull yourself out. I talk about it a lot. It's like just pull yourself out. And so I eventually did. And I was like, who was that girl? Like I'll never forget me like laying on this couch like all day. Yeah. After I just woke up from sleep. And I was like, now I think about it, I'm like, what was that girl doing, wasting her day away?
Right. And I love your mom's like outlook, because you've said this to me before, and today I was like thinking too much, and I was getting in a weird mindset. And then I said to myself, I need to just pull myself out of it. And then I just like told myself, stop thinking about this right now. And then I did. And I was like, okay.
And it allows you to change like the way you're going about your day in your life and everything. Like if you're able to realize like the negatives, or you know, like things that just aren't making you feel like you can take the action to switch it.
And you can
just, because you're in control of your life,
and you can like sort of reframe your thinking sometimes. Like I don't know, I was just sitting there and I was like thinking, and then I was like, I'm gonna like just stop thinking about this right now. And like I cleaned a little in my apartment, and then like all of a sudden I was like fine.
You're like, I'm good.
So like, you know, that helps too. But yeah, it's just so much goes into this like post grad thing. But I'm telling you, like it does like feel already better. It was weirder in the beginning for sure. Then like at like 6 months of working, like they say 6 months as like a new nurse is when you hit your like what's the word, like my like nurse educator was like 6 months is when most new grads quit. Okay. The ones that quit at 6 months, because that's when it gets hard. And it's weird because it's like you're on orientation for 3 months, so you would think, oh, like you're on your own finally, like you've already 3 months on your own, but there's literal studies and like data that shows that at 6 months is when most new grads feel that burnout and like, oh, I can't do this. And I felt it. I that, and like he was like, sometimes it hits people earlier, later, or it might not, but I felt it like 6 months in to nursing. I was like, I can't do this. Like I would be so anxious, like when I was driving there and before I was walking in, and I was like, what am I doing? Like this is so stressful. And I always just felt like I was holding my breath. Like I would always say like to my mom, like I feel like at work I do not take deep breaths. Like, and my watch is telling me to breathe every 5 seconds. But now I mean it's still stressful, and there's obviously like that's just how it is. It's a stressful job, but I have learned how to like
handle it
a little more and just like go in more confident and like it's hard because one of those jobs you don't know how your night or your day is gonna go. Like it could go great or it could go
you're sending that text of, oh my god, I cannot believe what happened to me.
like my night shift last week was so rough, but then my past 2 days, great shifts. So like it just depends, but what makes a difference is how you handle it. And like just I don't know, it's just
it's so different. Also for like on the other side of things, like more like desk job type and like being in accounting and literally sitting at your desk all day looking at a screen 5 days a week, you have to make sure that you're getting out and doing the things that you used to like exercising, going outside, seeing people. Like if you're not doing that, you're gonna suffer and you're only hurting yourself.
And like just exactly, like just going out and doing things helps so much.
And there's so much to do.
There's so much to do.
I didn't realize one of my coworkers, he goes and does ballroom dance class lessons in Baltimore.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
There's like a little studio that does it.
Oh my gosh.
That way in the city.
Like and you just it's just you have to put the effort in to make these things happen.
Like there's so many different things to like do and see and try. And every city or town like has things to offer. Right. Like even in small towns, like my best friend that's coming to visit, her mom, you know, they're in a small town in Connecticut and the township was like putting on a charcuterie making class. So like you can learn how to like do different designs and like
cool.
make the board all cute. Her mom went and it was like so many places just have things that they're doing. Like look it up and go.
And
who cares?
Just it helps so much. Like you might be like I'd rather just chill and like obviously you need those days to recharge and like relax and rest your body, but I find that like doing things helps so much. And I think what also like plays a role in this whole thing is the fact that like you graduate and it's summer and you might have like a good fun summer and then it gets like winter and that's when like the post-grad blues starts hitting. But now that it's been a year and it's a little better and then summer's almost here, it's like okay, like I can see the light
is coming back.
The light is still here.
But the winter sucks. Because you kind of get back into this, like when you had people to make you smile and laugh with all day long. And like, if you hate the cold or like you just, you know, it's dark out early. It's, you don't have as much of your day. Like you feel like you're getting into this like deep dark hole and then you like pull yourself out of it once it starts warming up. Like that's why I think it's so important for us. Because we're like, oh, the warmth. Oh my God, the sun is out. Like
it really affects us, I feel like. And I called my mom the other day when I was driving home from work because I'm on days again finally. And I was like, it makes the world's difference when it's right now, like when I drive to work for day shift, it's light out already. And when I drive home, it's still light. And I'm like, this is so nice. And when I go to bed, it's like a normal time that people are going to bed. And it's just like, I'm so glad like that I'm switching to straight days because it's just so much better, especially for the summer. Like, but you just have to make the most of every day and really, you know, do the things that you find joy in. Like I missed dancing from college and like that was one of those things I had when I was in college and it's like, well, now I've been looking into dance classes near here to take and stuff. So it's just like you have to make that effort to find things.
Exactly. And not everybody goes through this the same way.
No, like, that's what's important to remember too.
Like you have to do what's best for you and you have to like understand and accept that this is happening and then just like make whatever you want out of your life.
Right. And I think it's good for us to have an episode like this for people to understand that it can happen, but it might not.
Exactly.
It's literally different for everyone because everyone's on a different journey and everyone does something different after college. Like you're not going to have the same exact path as anybody else. Like everybody else is going to experience it differently.
And you can feel like you have everything. Like, I remember being like, oh my God, I got myself this like amazing apartment. And I got myself this job and I'm finishing my master's degree all before I turned 21.
Yeah.
Like, what more? Like, this is what I dreamt of.
Yeah.
And now I think my problem is like, I'm always on to the next. Like, how can I top myself? How can I get to the next level so that I can reach like what my end goal is? But then I'm like, you have to like appreciate the moment you're in.
You have to like live in the present. That's the thing.
Yeah. And I'm so bad at that.
I think who said this? I think it was on a podcast I listened to like a couple months ago, but they were like, people that are anxious stress about the future, people that are depressed stress about the past, and you have to find that present, the balance of like just focusing on the present. Like, that's what's gonna keep you like you know, okay. Like, I feel like focusing and like enjoying the moment you're in, you can't like stress about the past. It's done. Don't stress about the future, because like life plays out the way it should. Like, and obviously like you can plan things for your future and whatever, but like just I think that's the biggest thing, just living in the moment. Definitely. And enjoying the time you're in, because you're never going to be in this time again.
Ever. Yeah.
And you're never going to be as hot and young as you are now.
Exactly.
Right now.
Yep, exactly. But it's one of those things that like you just push through.
Yeah.
Like, know you're not alone. Know that your friend is a phone call away. Your parents are a phone call away. Whoever it is that you need to reach out to. And just keep pushing through.
Yes. Yeah.
It'll go away.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Side
note, but your eyelashes look amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm getting them done on Friday.
You didn't get them already?
No.
That's why I thought, like, I was like, oh my God, like, it looks so good. I thought you just got them. I mean, it must be like the mascara making it look.
I'm going on Friday.
Okay. I knew you were going. I thought you already went.
No, I'm so excited.
Oh my God.
Because when I don't have mascara on, I look like a boy again.
I want to get it for the summer.
Yeah, I love it.
I think I'm going to do it for the summer, like right before my mom and our trip.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think a good way to end is maybe giving like our own, just your biggest tip on how to get through this time, this post-grad time.
I think it's tough, but like go out of your way to make friends. Reach out to the people you were acquaintances with, or reach out to your coworkers. Everybody wants to go have a good time. And then like kind of like go have fun with them, but make sure they're like on your wavelength, I guess you could say. But yeah, like reach out to people, hang out with them. Don't let yourself be alone. And when nobody else is available, like make yourself your own company, because that's the best gift you have to give yourself.
Right.
And keep busy and like keep a positive attitude, because the more negative you are, like thinking about it, the worse the time will be. And then one more thing, like try and make checklists for like the small things, like check them off the list. Like that's part of your day. Like if you can't take care of yourself, nobody else is going to do it for you. So like that's the most important thing. Yeah. Is take care of yourself before anything else.
That was good.
Yeah.
It's hard to follow.
No.
I was just going to say, kind of going off what I said earlier, first you just have to like know that this is normal if you are going through it, and kind of accept that funk that you might be in. But then just try and, like your mom says, like pull yourself out of it. And I think the biggest, just another part of like one of the biggest tips is just doing things, getting out there, same kind of thing you said. Just kind of putting yourself out there and remembering that it's okay, that life's different, and that and remembering that this is a good thing. Like you have to like reframe your mind and tell yourself like this is exciting, and this is like a fun new journey. Just kind of like reframe your thinking about it.
That's exactly right. And like also when it comes to like pulling yourself out of it, it's not just like because sometimes I say that to people and they're like, oh, thanks. Like, I just won't think this. And I'm like,
well,
no,
it's not to say like people don't struggle with like anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
You can't just pull yourself out if you have like
but
like
it's
something, you know,
yeah.
like if you're struggling, like obviously you can't just pull yourself out of
Yeah.
it. But we're saying it more in the sense where like just try and not like snap out of it, but just if you're struggling that day, go on a walk. Go do something that can get your mind off of it.
And I think that
if possible.
Yeah. I was like raised with this mindset of pull yourself out of it. And so like from like middle school on, when like I would start having like an attitude or like start feeling a certain way, or if things weren't going my way, like my mom would be like, all right, like pull yourself out of it. Let's go get it together. Like, you know? And so I think like in terms of the phrase pull yourself out of it, it's just accept and recognize what's happening, and you know yourself best, so don't allow yourself to like steer away from the path of who you actually are, and don't let that be your core of who you are. Yeah, like it can be an addition, or like not necessarily like a positive addition if it's like, you know, like depression or anxiety or something like that, but like work with it. Work with it to make yourself better, if that makes sense.
And also, like you were saying, like recognize that it's there if you are struggling, and then try and take, like, if you know it's hard sometimes for people, but to do this, but just try and take those steps if necessary. Like if you need to get into therapy, all my friends in therapy say everyone should be in therapy. Therapy, yes, everybody that's in therapy says they have that mindset, and I'm like, well, there must be something in this therapy thing. But no, like if you need therapy, look into that. Like go tell your doctor, like if you really like are struggling, you should try and
like reach out, like literally reach out.
It just, you know, it's really important. It's, you know, it's such a prevalent thing, especially in this age. So,
but if you're at like the beginning phase of like getting in this funk where it can start feeling like, you know, like depression or things like, you know, pre-anxiety type of thing, like pull yourself out before you let yourself go dig too deep.
And take those steps to help yourself again before it might get worse and everything. But
anyway,
wow, we went
that was a good one. I think that like hearing this from someone else would have been amazing 2 years ago for me.
I agree. So I hope that people listen and like and really,
it's all about staying positive and keeping your mindset and attitude the right way. So as always, stay positive, guys. Like literally that's all I have to say ever is keep a positive mindset, keep a positive outlook on life. And don't let things be too serious. Like that's my go-to is life is not that serious.
It's not, and you only have one life to live.
Exactly. So don't waste a whole year away being like, oh, post-grad sucks. No, it's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's a whole nother side of it.
There is. Right. But well, anyway. I hope this helped at least one person out there. And just make sure, like always, subscribe on YouTube and then like on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen or watch. And have a good week and stay positive, like Tarah said. All right. Bye. Cheers.